Welcome to the Imperium Forex daily video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. To begin with, I'd like to talk about the US dollar index. Now over the last 12 hours, the market has staged a significant rally and rebounds very aggressively from the lows of the multi-year around 91 and looks now to challenge higher after posting a bullish outside range day. Taking out the last 3 days of trading, it now viewed the market will look towards the next target of 93.60. Overnight, the FOMC kept rates unchanged at 125, but still left one more on the table for 2017. After they indicated in their press release that another rate hike is still likely, if appropriate, in December. The Fed signaled a more gradual approach moving forward, with the next 3 rate hikes, 2 in 19 and 1 in 2020. Additionally, the Fed has cut the long-term rate from 3% to 2.75. In other stories regarding Janet Yellen, the chairwoman responded in the press questioning about her term ending in February. She was quoted to say that I'm not going to comment on my intentions beyond February, but I will say that I have not had any further meetings with President Trump. Janet Yellen took the board of governor of the Federal Reserve System in February 2014, and her term is for 4 years and expires in 2018 in February. So the question is, if she does get removed, who will take her place? So as I mentioned, I am looking for a further bullish move after posting the outside range day, but I would like to see more confirmation to another bull candle to support this signal that was posted overnight to the outside range day. So with the US dollar rallying, the euro dollar plummeted overnight after it clearly rejects that level in front of that resistance above the 120 handle and also posts a bearish outside range day from the New York close. Now, as I've mentioned before, the US dollar index measures the greenback strength against a trade-weighted basket of 6 major currencies, and with the euro weighted at 57.6, if my view that the dollar index will continue to rally and reach its target around 93 on the index, this in terms would see the euro challenging this broad uptrend, if we take it in a little bit closer here, at 117.9505. Immediate support comes in at 118.30, and as I mentioned, I do expect to see further downside tests. Now, a break underneath 117.95 would expose the next objective of 116.70 to 117 a figure. Resistance on the day is seen at 119.30.35 and firmer above at 119.70. Now, also tonight, we do have the ECB President Draghi to speak at 11:30 Sydney time. An interesting price action for the Australian dollar. First of all, the market did rally before taking a step back and rejects the resistance seen around 81 after posting a high of 81.02, and from the spike the market plummeted over 100 points to record a low of 79.85. Now it is viewed, if the US dollar strength does hold, the Aussie bulls will eventually again give up this handle at 80 cents and look back to the downside. A break beneath 79.75 will give further scope and see a fall towards 79.40 or to the objective of 78.60.70. On the day, I see a resistance capping at 80.65. It is very surprising to see that dollar yen still holds its gains, and even though the indicators are overheating, at this moment the market has looked towards that 55 resistance and backed away slightly as it now trades around 112.40.45. I am a little bit concerned that the market's going to fail towards either around the 112.55 to 113.15 resistance, purely for the fact is that we are overheating from an RSI as well as the stochastic. So I am looking for a pullback and see if we can get that in the next 24 hours. The other thing as well is that the market did shrug off comments from President Trump, who addressed the United Nations yesterday in a talk in New York. He vowed to totally destroy North Korea unless it backs down from its weapons programs. He has now labelled Pyongyang's leader Kim Jong-un as a rocket man on a suicide mission. These comments are taken quite concerned, purely for the fact is that they are very strong and to the point of what the US is thinking. So we now wait for any kind of retaliation back from Kim Jong-un. At the moment in time, I therefore expect to see a pullback to a 111.60. A break beneath there will give further exposure to 110.885 and reassess from there. Sterling exploded to the upside in the overnight session, but fell just as abruptly after the bears emerged in front of the 136.80 resistance, and with the high posted at 136.57, the market plummeted, as you can see here, and now looks back towards the support of 134.30. It is viewed that the bears may continue to pressure this level. Now, if we see a break beneath there, this would give further exposure to the downside and bring in a target of around 132.60, which is where this peak was in around late July, early August. It is viewed the market could rebound from that level of 132.60 and then initiate another bullish move back up towards 136. Nevertheless, this rejection is the fourth time around 136, so I do expect to see weakness to continue while the US dollar gains momentum. Overnight, the gold price action fell heavily after posting a high of 16, plummeted to a low of 12.96. Now, with the support taken out at 12.99, does give further exposure to the downside, and I expect to see a target of 1,280.82 before any turnaround in this bearish decline. As you can see from the stretch of this uptrend, the market is still potentially holding longs, and I expect to see a further flush out to the downside, but towards 80 should find support. Immediate resistance comes in at 13.04. Only a break above 13.12 will give further scope to the upside and see a rally back up towards the high 60s, but at this stage does look unlikely from a technical point. Silver also is breaking down and now taking out the level of $17.20. I expect to see a move towards $16.80. If gold does reach its target of $12.80.82, then silver can easily reach its target of $16.80.90 before any turnaround. Resistance on the day seen around 17.25 and firm above at 17.35. And to wrap up with oil, I still hold my bullish view towards $52 a barrel, and any weakness finds immediate support at $50.20 and firmer beneath at $49.45.50. So that wraps up my daily video. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day that's ahead of you.